What's up, guys? Another edition, another session with the buds here. We just wanted to invite all of our friends out there to listen in and see what's going on in our lives on a daily basis. That's why we do things. Anyway, Eminem dropped a surprise album like 2-3 days ago. And of course, I'm a huge Eminem fan. So this was like, it was like a late Christmas gift, early Christmas gift for 2020, whatever you want. I was excited though. Have you guys heard the album?
Oh yeah, that was a.
I was waiting for somebody.
Yeah, crazy, right? This dude's the second time now. Last year he released Kamikaze with no warning, and now he released.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Music to be murdered by with no warning. Eminem, shout out to him. He's trying to just stay relevant, and people keep talking shit. And the dude, in my opinion, keeps slaughtering them. But
Yeah.
I mean, my knowledge of hip hop is limited. But I think, I like lyricism, and he does a great job at that. I mean, we have Nick Cannon out here trying to talk shit, and he's doing collabs with Suge Knight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
You made a point that people that he dropped his last two albums unannounced, and I feel like that's the measuring stick now. Like if you're a really iconic artist, you don't do no press, you don't give any warning, you just drop an album overnight, and if it sells, that's how you know you're the shit. Right? Kanye did it. J. Cole's done it. Like all the really big guys right now, they'll just drop an album, no warning. And Eminem's done it twice. Right?
At least this record, I didn't pay for it. I listened to it on YouTube. He just put it on
Completely
YouTube on
free,
his
yeah.
channel, completely free. So that tells you how gangster he is.
Not
like, for real.
Spotify Plus, not Amazon Prime Extra, not YouTube Music. Just here's my music.
Here's my whole new record.
20
Words
songs.
to
Too.
Murder By, right? Yeah, 20 songs, kind of short song. My perspective is only one passing through. I don't know how many times you guys have heard it. And I think Eminem, and there are other records where you really have to listen to it several times to really kind of get the whole effect.
Bro, I had to Google the disses because there are layers.
I put on an album, I hit play, and I go in my zone, bro. I listen to every word that comes out of everybody's mouth. It's something that I've done since I was young, growing up in the Bronx and without cell phones and cable and other technology, music was a big thing. I remember sitting down and writing out, listening to Bone Thugs and Harmony and pausing the tape, writing out the lyrics, hitting play, rewind, pause, play, so that I can get the hang and understand what the hell he said. So lyrics are a huge thing for me, and in my opinion, there's none greater than Eminem. Absolutely.
Yeah. I didn't necessarily grow up with it. I grew up top 40, and my love for hip hop and poetry, because I definitely consider poetry, definitely got enhanced after meeting you, after meeting the Franks of the world. And growing up and listening, I told you, like, I was too young for Bone Thugs and Harmony because I could never listen. I listen slow, you understand? So I need to listen to it a couple times to really get the full effect. So back to the record. Let's talk about this record because, again, I just listened to it once and I have certain feelings about it. And I think we should start. See, Money, you brought it up when you first heard about the song Darkness. I'm gonna let you guys go first because I think I feel a little different thinking what you guys feel about it. Darkness, like, how do you feel about that song? What it means, what he did with it, why he did it, like, what was he going for here, right?
Let me just say that the name of the album and the whole Alfred Hitchcock subliminal messaging thing that he did was just genius, and the fact that most of the album had that murderous undertone, ominous music that Alfred Hitchcock was talking about throughout the album. Let's just acknowledge that this is the extra work this guy puts into his music rather than this mumble rap shit. Neither here nor there. So Darkness, to me, again, someone who's had major depression his entire life, and I know that obviously the song was about the Vegas shooting, as horrible as that was. He did such a good job, Eminem, putting you, in my opinion, in the room with that guy. If you put headphones on and you listen to that song 2 or 3 times over and over, you will be in that room with that dude. He paints the picture for you. And what's crazy is, we were talking about it before we recorded. Look, I'll be totally honest here. Like I said, major depression since I was like 13 years old. I have been at points in my life where things were not going well. Broke, whatever, bad relationship, single, or who knows what's going on. I've had issues in my childhood too. I've been so angry at the world, man, because my own life is miserable, and it's my own fault, obviously. I mean, it's a petty mindset, but obviously this isn't just me. where I'm just so angry, and and I know I'm not the only one who's been there. Where I say to myself, let someone fuck with me today. We've all been there. We've all been so pissed off at whatever that we've said, oh, I feel bad for the person who runs into me or fucked with me today. You know what I mean? Because you're just so angry at whatever it is. And like Eminem says in this song, the guy didn't have any mental illness, as far as we know, right? I'm pretty sure that's accurate. So I always remember the quote from Batman, whatever the first one was with Christian Bale, where Alfred says, some people just want to see the world burn. And I really do believe that. I feel like some people are just so miserable or angry, and just downright want to see what it's like to just destroy things.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I think that many people can relate, frustration, anger. One thing that I can appreciate about Eminem, that I've always appreciated in him, is how personal his music is. He does talk about his anger, his frustrations. If you've ever listened to Eminem, you've heard about the hard time he's had growing up, and the struggles that he's been through, from everything from being cheated on to being abused as a child, to even now not getting the respect that he deserves. So the song, to me, I think Eminem, one of the big things in hip hop is the double entendre, right? And any kind of story, telling a story, the things that have really kind of made people famous or really made stories stick in people's minds is double meanings, hidden meanings, wordplay. And I think that Eminem, in a way, he addresses how he feels about mass media and the crowd in the sense of the masses of people, his fans, quote unquote fans. So I think that many of the parts when he's referring to going on stage and wanting to kill it, it's kind of a double meaning. When he talks about you can't kill a show that nobody's at, or something like that. He's referring to the guy in the hotel room in Vegas waiting for the crowd to actually fill up so he can do the maximum damage, and also the anticipation of the artist behind the curtain, like, damn, I hope this thing was supposed to be sold out. Where's everybody at? It's still the opening act. Let me chill. I can't, whatever. So I think that there's many double meanings in there, but at the end, when he brings you into the room, shooting the place up and killing himself at the end, and then obviously you heard the music that talks about the Vegas shooter from news reports, school shootings, and all the mass violence that has been. You guys know in 2019 it was the most mass shootings in history in the United States. So it was obviously about the Vegas shooting, but I think he also related a lot to his frustrations with the fans as well.
And while I'm a huge fan, and again, I've only listened to it once, and I know I'm gonna listen to it again, and I know I might feel different. At first listen, I didn't like it because it cringed me up. It felt like the song was kind of giving the Vegas shoot, especially the way it started, the way he puts you into that damn room, and when he's shooting up the damn crowd, it feels like he's giving a pass to the Vegas shooter because mental illness, drugs, legal guns, and I get it. Eminem was trying to bring attention to the media to the fact that this guy had legal rights to an arsenal of weapons.
Exactly.
Okay.
And he did mention that in the song. He's licensed. Yeah.
Super licensed, no
clean record.
Quote unquote, right? Clean record, quote unquote, no mental illness. Of course, he had mental illness. He just shot up and mass murdered, dozens of people. So, again, I get what Eminem was doing, but at first listen, it didn't vibe with me. It didn't vibe with me. Literally, right now, the least favorite song on my whole record. I love the whole record. Right from jump.
Yeah.
Right from jump. The intro, I loved it.
The intro is great.
The intro is great. Even the first song, it's actually my favorite of the whole thing. What the fuck is it called? I wrote it right here.
The one with Young M.A. or something like that? Yeah, I know what you're talking about. He's got some club bangers on there. He's got a song with Ed Sheeran that's pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
Dude, my favorite joint.
That shit is a banger.
My favorite joint is the one he's got with Q-Tip, Royce the 5'9", Joel Ortiz, and Black Thought from The Roots. Hip hop at its best. We're talking about boom bap street, hip hop the way it was meant to be. That's a great song, and I think underrated, man. You got to listen to it because it's really taking it back to that collaboration of just beasts like spitting, not nothing flashy, just a dope, catchy beat and just some fire lyrics. And for me, you haven't seen stuff like that since collaborations with like Cannabis, LL Cool J, and Def Jam back in the day with that 321 joint. And those big collabos, I don't know. There's something about this album that was very familiar to me, even though it was new. And I think it had a lot to do with Dr. Dre. This is his first album back with Dr. Dre in a while. He's produced his last few, and I thought they were good, but his last few albums were not critically as successful as the ones he did with Dre. And in my opinion, there's something to be said about somebody who puts together the right melody, puts the tracks in the perfect order, has a good sound.
Yeah, every song had me, bobbing my head up, banging down. The beats were on fire. And to that point, whether you like what I took from it. Actually, I want to say this first, because I'll say that for the end. I want to say this first. I was kind of disappointed that there was no retaliation song to the Nick Cannon of the world. I know he says some things to specific people that I don't know about. So that's kind of my excitement that as I listen to this again, I'm gonna find out who he's talking about. It's gonna make me feel even better. But I already remember one line in the song that says, "I hear my toilets talking." If that's to me right there, it was enough to make me believe that's for Nick Cannon, and Nick Cannon's not even worth Eminem's time.
Oh my God! Hold on one second. I gotta cough like a motherfucker.
What the fuck is it? Godzilla. That's number 2 on iTunes or some shit right now.
That song
specifically. That's a good fucking song, man.
Let me tell you something. I was watching on YouTube blocks that video from me. I don't know if you guys know anything about that.
I don't know.
Juice WRLD did die. If you know the story, Juice WRLD did
accidental overdose on drugs, pretty much.
Overdose, for whatever reason. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I didn't hear the song yet.
Well, it's crazy. It's a good song. It's a great song. But he's probably one of the last people that recorded with him. Which leads me to my next question to you guys, or I guess my next critique. If there's one negative thing I would say about the album, just so I don't sound like a straight D-rider here, it's the features. He did have a lot of features. He you know what I mean? And to me, that kind of, it came off a little bit like, you can't beat him, join him. Fuck it, I'll just get a couple guys that are on fire, put them on my album so I can make sure I got the sales. You know what I mean? Because I don't really feel like he needs those features.
I think it's staying relevant with a mixture of showing, like flexing, like look who I can get on my album. And again, Nick Cannon's doing Suge Knight collabs. Like that guy killed people, did he not? I mean, so it's kind of.
First of all, how did Suge Knight get a video camera in jail?
I don't know, but that's what it said. I remember seeing that. I was like, holy hell, this guy.
You know how I took it, Frank the Tank? I took it as Money Mayweather style. I'm so badass that I can bring my Justin Bieber. I'm so badass I can have Ed Sheeran on my track, and that's gonna be the next top 40 hit.
Oh, that's gonna be all over white girls gonna be dancing their asses off to that.
I already got it on my sex playlist, gentlemen. For them white girls, you already know.
My favorite song, I don't know how long we're gonna keep talking about it, but my favorite song is Ya Ya, bro. Ya Ya, that to me is a real bad.
That's the song I'm talking about.
Really? He said that?
The one with Black Thought. With Black Thought, Joel Ortiz, Royce the 5'9", Q-Tip doing the yeah.
I thought you were talking about, I think the song is called I Kill or something like that, or I Will.
It's the yeah, bro. Where he's like, from Slaughterhouse, bitches.
I'm listening to it right now in the background. Yeah,
my era, so original. Yeah, dude.
If totally, whether you like the song or not, if you want to know, just see Eminem's skill from A to Z, like the fastness of it, the smartness of it, the lyrics of it. I love.
Bro, everybody smashed on that track though. Black Thought murdered that track, and he spit like the longest verse too. I'm
What
just saying.
happened to Joe Budden? I thought Joe Budden was part of
Bro,
this
they've been
crew.
beefing for a minute. He
Oh,
addressed
I'm
Joe
so
Budden on the
far out of
Kamikaze. Where have
it.
you been?
No, I've been.
He didn't. You know how many times I told JB to listen to Kamikaze because people sleep on that and give him
still haven't
crap.
That was a good album.
Dude, you have to listen to Not Alike. People talk about Killshot with MGK, but he slaughtered him worse on Not Alike, in my opinion, than he did on even
mentioned him in
Killshot.
this one too.
Yeah,
but-
he
Yeah, he
did
mentioned
mention
it,
MGK twice on this album. He mentioned about the beef being over and saying like I'm the god and I forgive him, whatever. But he did mention about being his daddy in another
Yeah,
track.
the 3-month-old, like ugly ass preemie baby. Oh, that's
A good album. I like it. I think it's Eminem at his best, talking shit, addressing everybody. And he said it in the intro. You know, when I spit woke, y'all say that I'm trying to preach or whatever the hell. You know, when I spit mad, y'all say that I'm too angry. And it's so true. And that's how I felt because like true people that I thought were real hip hop heads, real fans, like were real quick to turn on Eminem when MGK went at him. And I was like, what is this? You can't be serious. These are people I respect. You cannot seriously be telling me that you think Eminem is slipping or that this guy or anybody else can touch him. Look, in my opinion, Eminem is the best lyrical rapper of our time. I think Jay-Z, best rapper of all time based on everything he's done in the game. Success, longevity, lyrics, you reach, all that shit. But best lyricist, and right there, very, very, very close second, is Eminem.
Well, you know what I thought of today? Eminem for our generation is like a Mike Tyson thing. We grew up with him in an era where there was nothing like him. There was someone cursing and using horrible language and calling out all the super famous celebrities. You guys remember when he was calling out NSYNC and Britney Spears and all that kind of stuff? You know, there was nothing else like that. Remember all the controversy when The Way I Am dropped with Marilyn Manson and Columbine and all that? So we grew up in an era with an artist that was just doing something so different, and kids today won't be able to relate to growing up during that time. But 50 Cent said it best, man. This is my last point. He said it, and maybe a little biased because they work together, but he said hip-hop and rap is obviously African-American music. He goes, but you have a white man who's arguably one of the best or better than most black men at their own game. And that doesn't sit well with a lot of people, and it never will. And it's true. Come on, guys. It's true. Come on. You know, so...
It's true. There's no denying it, bro. People can hate all they want, but if you go around and you look for real, successful, respected people in the hip hop industry, you're talking about legit people in the hip hop, not Lord Jamar's and Nick Cannons. You know what I'm saying? Not MGKs. Okay, real hip hop heads will tell you that there ain't many people touching Eminem, past, present, or even future.
Yeah, for real. Listen, this is what I'll say. This is my favorite line of the whole thing. Because I said it before, when you talk about Eminem's daughter, from the beginning, bro, whether you're Machine Gun Kelly or didn't Ja Rule talk shit about his daughter too? I don't remember. It says, they talk about my daughters hoping that I fly off the handle because my first thought is to trample with 1,000 bars, but sometimes it's like dropping an anvil on a house of cards.
Yeah.
Like the triple meaning in that line alone is just to show you, bro. Eminem's the man, and he forever be the man. He just tells the truth. See, when he said he tells the story. Just tell the truth. Tell the story, get emotional in it, and that comes across as like pure magic, man, pure love, pure hip hop, pure artistry.
Artistry?
Yeah. Artistry.
You're dyslexic.
Yeah, man. Eminem, a new album. Words to be murdered by. I love
music
it.
to be murdered by. You're fucking retarded, bro.
Music to be murdered by. My bad. I'm gonna listen to it again and again and again, and I know I'm gonna love it. So
look for us online.
Yeah, at the Podheads Web Show. See Money, Frank the Tank, our Podheads Web Show.
Yeah, no doubt, JB. Look, man, we want to know what you guys think about the album. Do you hate it? Do you love it? Do you agree with us? Are we D-riding on Eminem right now? Let us know at the Podheads Web Show, all over social media, and get the app, WJHM102jams.com. Yeah, we're out.
Peace.